Good evening. Great quiet Sunday evening to each and everyone. This is CESAR, a martial artist, a photographer, and a dad. Okay, I have a different shirt at the moment. So it's all about camera club, photo contest, photo competition. I have a list here so I don't forget anybody or anything. My first introduction is about photo contest and camera club. What is the benefit of a camera club? What is the privilege or what we will learn from having a camera club? First and foremost, in any photo shoot I did from the past, since I took photography doing film, in my past videos you've already known, ever since I was advised to attend camera club. Well, my first camera club was Nayan Camera Club. It was based in Intramuros, Philippines. It was 1997 when I first entered the club with my cousins, my Kuya Charlie and my Kuya Alex, which in the past of my video, you already know them. Mention who are they and how good they are in photography. Their dad who gave me the advice to it too. Another thing about Nayan Camera Club, that time I was learning how to do photography. I was not even using a Canon that time. I was using, if I remember, it was in not a Nikon one, it was a Canon one. It's Canon Rebel TX with a lens of 70 to 200 and a 35 to 70. I think that was my Kuya Charlie's camera. He let me borrow it for quite a while just to learn photography. Excuse me. That time was film photography. Digital was not even, or maybe digital was just coming out to the world as an introduction. I have this list. The reason I have this list is I just don't want to forget anybody and any part of the history of me doing photography, especially with my camera clubs. First one was camera club, was the Nayan Camera Club. It was based in Intramuros, like I said. That time I was with the people that I could still remember and have friends with. Was with Boyd Guevara. That time he was just a member, if I'm not mistaken, in 97, or was already an officer. Then there's Sir Teddy Alcillas, and there's Sir Mejias, and Madam Betty Lalana. That time, in the Philippines, there was the FPPF, the Federation of the Philippines Photographers Fund. They're the ones who organizes and recognize if you have a camera club. That was way back 1997-98. That time also, they're the one hosting for photo competitions. Now, mention socialization in a way that when you go out for photo shoot, on the spot photo competition, you're all there enjoying the day, having fun with everybody, laughing at the same time, exploring. And also at that time, these people are our mentors. They were seniors in our field of photography. I'm not promoting any camera club. This is based on my experience. There are maybe more better camera clubs in the Philippines, but this is where I started, Nayan Camera Club. There might be more and more. I don't know how many more. I don't know how famous they are. But for me, Nayan Camera Club was one of the top elite for me from then until now. Camera clubs host indoor photo shoots. They got model shoots. The mentors, the vice president, the advisors, they would help members how to shoot, the settings, how to approach models. That time was film, so at the end of the day, you develop your photos. In the next month of the meeting, you will be judged. Back home in the Philippines, it's a bit more hurtful compared to my experience here in the UK. Back home, the way they teach you is a bit if you, I would say, it's like full contact. You won't survive if you're too weak, as they say. But it's more of a full contact by words. Very. There are dues, there are monthly dues, there are monthly meetings. The best part about Nine Camera Club, if they're gonna watch this one, is after the meetings, after the guest speakers, we have guest speakers too. After all the photo shoot, is the food thing. Yeah, I always remember that. I think until now they still practice the how good their food. There's always something new about the food after the meeting that I was one of those excited person to wait and go there. Also, in the past, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2010 when I last came back home. I was given the opportunity. I was very lucky. I was invited to speak in some way to share what I've experienced here in the UK for a brief time, and the Inayang Camera Club, for me it's an honor because I came from that club. So I'm so thankful because of Sir Boyd Guevara, a good friend of mine. That time, he contacted me. Until now, we still have a chance to talk on Facebook with Sir Teddy, with Sir Mejias, PPF, which is the Federation of Photographers of the Philippines Foundation. They're more recognized. They're the elite group that you should be registered. Not because you're obliged, but most of the good photo competitions back then, there was no online competition that time. They were the ones who was hosting it. If I could remember it, that's why I have a list here. There was the Pascuhan Village Flower Festival. We had that we call it on-the-spot photo competition. In the midst of 2002, 2099, 2002, something like that, 2000, year 2000. Well, I'm not fortunate. I always compete, but never got lucky back home. So, there's another one, the Subic, a decade after, which I met Sir Ibarra Derry, a very famous fashion, food photographer. A lot of people know Sir Ibarra Derry. He has his own camera club. That's another good thing about camera club. When there's a nationwide photo competition back in the Philippines, you meet these famous people, famous names. So I was fortunate that I met them. And the inter-club photo competition, if there's no outside photo competition. The next camera club I made was, or co-founded with, was the Zoom Photo Club, or Zoom Photo Club's Photography Club 02, because it was made in 2002 while I was a teacher back in Zambales. That time, I was the president, then became the advisor. Then there was the President Freddy Peralta, a good friend of mine. Vice President Sir Efren Piauag, another great friend of mine. Which there are now, they have their own careers in life. And our secretary, a very famous person now, I heard in Dubai, si Mosh Lafuente. He's a very good photographer. I heard he's really, really doing well in Dubai. So, these are the people that I should always thank. Give thanks to, give respect to. That time, we were in Zambales, we were at, if I'm not mistaken, we're the first recognized camera club in Zambales that time. We even had a chance to be covered. We had members, are most likely students. My students at school, they were primary school of grade 6, year 6, year 5, and few adults who really wants to learn photography. In a camera club, what normally happens is, you just don't socialize, you just don't do competition, you also learn from each other. People come there, some are already knows the basics, some already are former professionals who just retired from doing it and suddenly wanted to go back again doing photography. Those kind of things that benefit a camera club. Another thing, that time, the most two things that I achieved in my camera club that time, in my own Zoom Photo Club 02, was we had the model shoot of a 10 finalists in the Miss World, Miss Akop. I was given a chance to cover her, photo shoot her in all of Subic. And another event that happened that we covered is the Olongapo Fashion Street Show. What happened was we did a photo shoot inside the market of Olongapo. It was a busy street, but there were a lot of helpful people with a group, an agency of group of models, and they had a fashion street shoot. That was in 2003. Imagine that time. We had that kind of confidence to do it, even though we're just a few people that time. And having a camera club also is having a chance to be recognized everywhere. Another issue there is there was also good ones there. There's also some bad things about it. In my case, when we were in 9 camera club, we paid the dues monthly dues for the food, for the coverage and everything, for the model shoot. When I was when Zoom Photo Club was born in Zambales, all of us have to share money, the adults, the seniors, me and Sir Efren, Sir Freddy, Mosh, for the kids to learn. So we have to pay by our own pocket. So that time it's quite hard, but we enjoyed 4 years of it. We enjoyed 4 years of it before I left. And Zoom Photo Club was based on Nayon Camera Club. It was from NPC to CPC. I designed it because that's my first expression to remember that the camera club I could remember is Nayon. Then the third camera club, when I came here in the UK, 2004, Sparkwood Camera Club. I was fortunate to have a friend who is one of the members of the chair, which is Glenn Diamond, a very good friend of mine who one day I applied for a camera club here in UK, about 3-4 camera clubs. Some said they're full already, and others said they're not so sure if they're giving any membership at the moment. And one day I received a phone call and said, "Oh, I received your email. I'm interested about you. I want you to be introduced in my camera club." So I said, "Okay, that's something new." He picked me up. He was so nice that he did it for the past 3-4 years, picking me up, bringing me home. Then I met a lot of them. There's Andy James, there's Peter Trembet, that time is our chairman. And there's a very good friend of mine who already passed already, is a very good friend. I consider him as an icon in Parkwood, also a big respect to him. He's one of the few I consider veteran in photography. His name is Sid Gilbert. It's been a long time now, but I know he's very much happy now, wherever he is. That time, they were interested about me as a Filipino, or how we do the on-the-spot photography. So, they were so nice, they gave me the opportunity to learn. So, I introduced them the on-the-spot style in the Philippines, which is when there's a photo shoot, you take picture of your ID, the date of the newspaper, then on your roll of your film. Then you start the photo competition. That time, because in the Philippines, it wasn't digital yet. So, we have to take picture of the ID of the member, the newspaper of that day, and you start your competition. The first 2, 3, 4 frames of your film should be like that. So, they would know you don't compete and send photos of your own files. That's how Camera Club works. Still, you could send photos of your files if it's an open competition. But if we're talking about on-the-spot competition, it means same weather, same situation, everybody will be there. It's how you're gonna manage to capture something or someone. They were so fortunate and they were so happy to introduce it, so they did. I was very honored and surprised when they did the CESAR challenge. It was named after me because they said I introduced the idea. So it was the on-the-spot photo contest called CESAR Challenge. It happens every May here in UK. Not the whole of UK, but the whole of Kent. I would say about around 2, 3, 4, 5 camera clubs competing on that challenge. On the first event, I was fortunate I won, maybe because I just have the idea to it, but After that, I never competed anymore, just to be fair with everybody. So yeah, I won that competition. So actually, it's more I won here than back home. Yeah, I won the competition there. It was I was awarded by a German photo environmentalist, which I'm very honored. The first ever CESAR challenge when I won. Funny at the same time, very honored. It took about 5 years. I don't know now because I'm not very active in the camera club, but I know for 5 years it was consistent every summer, every May. It happens, the CESAR challenge. We go everywhere in Kent. We do overnight there. We do photo shoot. Then a month later, they being judged by about 3, 4, 5 camera clubs participating. I was really an honor. If I'm not mistaken, this is one part of that CESAR challenge. This photo, maybe it was, what year was this? 2006. So later on, it will come out on the screen much bigger, so you have an idea. Yeah, and another thing is what I've learned and experienced in Camera Club is there's so much learning. Like martial arts, there's so much learning. I always compare photography to martial arts. There's a continuous learning of every bit of it. And lastly, I made my own camera club here. Actually, it's not to be made. It's just like I have few friends in Gillingham said, "Oh, I wanna learn, bro. I wanna learn." So why not we make a small camera club, which is the Gillingham Pinoy Camera Club or Photo Club, and everybody would learn. We got Brad Barry, we got Brad Mark, Madam Cheng, Bro Rodel. So many, at first there were so many of us, but you know, because of work, you know, in the UK you have to be busy, you end up being busy in life, in your family. So we try to continue doing at least maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year, until the camera club faded down because of life is busy, obviously, work and family, so we have to prioritize things. So those are the things I've learned in camera clubs, in having photo competitions. With regards to photo competition, in 2004, when I came here, if I'm not mistaken, I applied this photo. You will see also on the screen later on. This photo I applied online, and fortunately I got this. It was in 4th of April 2004 by the International Society of Photographers. Actually, this is in the States, so I received this medal and trophy in 2004. Oops, sorry. There you go. I was in 2004. 6 months after I arrived in the UK. Then, after that, there's the CESAR Challenge from 2005 to 2010. Then, there is the one time I was keep sending photos in BBC. So yeah, you will see also this photo, though I apparently one of my photos went in and saw my photos on the new online. And this photo I got from Amateur Photography magazine, which I keep sending, and then yeah, they suddenly my photos got chosen. I gave a brief title to it. And this is the comment that the photo editor did. So if I'll try to add it again on the photos. Then a recognition from the basketball team that I used to cover as being their official photographer. And this is winning the first CESAR challenge. This is my first award. Then This was the certificate I received from the German photo environmentalist for winning the first CESAR photo challenge, or the CESAR's challenge in 2000. What day was this? 2005. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And again with that photo, so in regards with that photo, oops, this is the photo together with other photographers. Yeah, this is the photo I took, and this is the comment of the photo editor and how he sees my photos. So these are the photos and experience I've encountered having a camera club in the UK. People might say that those who did photography might say that they never needed a camera club to be recognized here or given the opportunity to be in the magazine. They might be right, but for me, the experience of having one is really great. I also have an online group, the Pinoy Photography UK. That time it's been a while, and there's also I now compete. I was given a chance to compete with 9 Camera Club. I have more communications with them, so I'm fortunate that I've been given a chance to compete online. Once I become a guest judge online, now I'm competing with them, with my seniors, and some are really good, some are really iconic people that I know, and fortunately there are photos that you're gonna see on my screen later on that I've won, which is the photo of the month in 3 consecutive months, photo of the month, People's Choice Award photo. Those are the things that I've received being in a camera club. So I will close this one to say thank you to all again. Thank you to all the subscribers. It's now 362 if I'm not mistaken. It's a long road to 1,000, but I'm enjoying it. My photography, my martial arts, and things like that. So I'm very thankful. This is CESAR, a photographer, a martial artist, and a dad. Thank you very much.